right, it has been 2 weeks since I put my apple scraps with sugar and water in my pantry to sit and ferment. So right now we have kind of weak apple wine. That's what it is. So now we're going to strain off all of the apple bits, and then we're going to put them back into a jar. So we're just going to strain this off into my, I'm just using my fine mesh strainer that I have. This bowl was probably not the best one to pick, but it's kind of all I have right now. But I'm going to pull all this out and let it, make sure it's all drained. It smells like alcohol. Yes, it does. All right. So we're going to strain all this out. Try to squeeze out as much as I can of all of this. You can use like a cheesecloth or a muslin bag if you want to, instead of if you don't have a fine mesh strainer. And then I'm going to put these scraps aside. I'm going to pour this juice back into my jar. See how much I get, because I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit both in there. I was wondering if I was going to be able to put just everything in one half-gallon jar, but that's not going to work. So, take this off, do the other jar. Oh, I forgot to take the weight out of this one. Don't forget to take your weight out, your fermenting weight. Now, I will say, I got these glass ones off of Amazon. I don't like them because it's slippery and it was really hard. That one was a lot easier, but maybe my issue is I was trying to get it out when all the stuff was still in there. But I need to pull all this out. And make sure I've got as much of that juice out of there as possible. Squeeze all this out. All right. I'm going to figure out what to do with those scraps. I know there's got to be something you can do with those. All right. Pour this one back in this jar. Now, I'm going to put my coffee filters back on with just the rings of the jars, so it's still breathable. And then this is going to go back into my pantry in a cool, dry, dark spot for another 3 to 4 weeks, depending upon how long it takes for the right consistency and taste. Now, in a few weeks, this is going to develop what's called a Scooby, or a mother, on the top of the juice. So what that is the beneficial bacteria and yeast that's going to collect and grow on the top of the apple juice or the apple wine, however you want to put it, and that will ferment, keep fermenting. And then you can take that mother, just like in the store-bought apple cider vinegars, you'll see like the floating little pieces in there. That's the mother from the original batch of apple cider vinegar. So that's what this is going to develop. That's what I'm growing on here, is my own homemade mother with my homemade apple cider vinegar. So as soon as that happens, then I know that it's working and it's starting to develop that vinegar flavor and that acid in there too. And that's what is so good for your gut. That mother and those beneficial bacterias and yeast are what helps to keep your gut healthy and keeps it maximized in doing the best thing that you can for your body. So this is going, like I said, going back into my pantry, and it will be sitting for another at least 3 weeks. I will go back and check it periodically just to see how it's doing and when the mother starts to develop. All right, I will let you guys know, and I will share it when the time comes. It'll be a while. All right, love you all. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye.